Hey crafty people, welcome back to my channel, and in case you're new here, I'm Sarah, also known as Craft Nerd because I'm a nerd who loves to craft. I do paper crafting, card making, junk journaling, and mixed media art. Let's get crafting! Welcome back. In case you haven't been watching my videos this month, I am participating in Ceri the Crafter's hashtag Mixed Media March 25 challenge. The basic parameters are each day in March, you post a finished project that is rectangular in shape, incorporates gel printing, has the number corresponding with the date somewhere on the project, and you need to sign your project. So if you watched the last 3 videos I've made for this challenge, I did a larger jelly print, and I actually do have that video on my I do have that video on my channel, and I've got a link down in the description box below with a playlist of all of my videos that I'm making for hashtag Mixed Media March 25. And my hands are almost clean. If you watched the last couple of videos, you noticed my hands were very Smurf blue because I was dyeing some cheesecloth with Uncharted Mariner specifically to go on this project. So it's dry finally and dyed, and I just love distress inks on cheesecloth. I don't know what it is, but it's so lovely. So we're going to use that, and I've got a digital by FabiArtStudio, I believe, or Abertique. I have to double check. I have it. I'll leave a link to the Etsy shop down below. So first let's start by attaching this to a piece of coffee dyed paper because I wanted to make it a little sturdier because this print was done on finger paint paper. I am just so amazed with the fact that I am so far ahead on my videos for March, which eventually that's going to go horribly off the rails, I have a feeling. But for now, this is the last weekend before March, which March starts on a Saturday this year. So this is the last weekend in February, and I've got almost half the month filmed. I've got 14. This is video number 14 that I'm filming. I've got to start on another video, which I will hopefully get finished today. And I just used That's Got Uncharted Mariner on it. And I'm going to grab scorched timber and add a little brown on the edges as well. These squirrels are teasing my dog right now. I'm like, squirrels, please stop going down on the ground because he's out in the yard. And in case you're new to my channel, my dog has caught 2 squirrels now in the last, I want to say like 6 months this has happened. He's managed to catch squirrels. And I'm just like, guys, just stay out of the yard because it traumatizes me when he catches them. All right, so we've got edges inked. I am going to knock back the white on this. And those not new to my channel know my favorite way of doing that is to just grab a little antique linen distress ink and go over the top of it, and it just takes off that like really whiteness from not cutting it completely exactly on the edges there. So I'm just gonna knock back our white. That's going to go in this corner, and we're going to put some of our lovely blue cheesecloth. So happy with how this came out. Back behind the piece. So let's just cut a piece off. I'm going to cut it a little on the smaller side because I want to pull this apart a little bit. I don't know what I did yesterday while I was crafting, but like my wrist hurts today. Actually not my wrist, but through here, so like the carpal tunnel area. So I'm like, that's great. So that's been bothering me. I suspect I'm not going to get as much crafting done, but that's okay because I really need to spend some time. It's, Sunday. Actually editing the videos I've made for March because I realized, oh, the first one's got to go up this next Saturday. and I haven't edited any of them. And then they have to go up every day after that. I'm like, yeah, I really need to get to editing those videos. All right. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to put the fabric tack on the back of that. And have you guys heard the sad news about Joann's bankruptcy? It sounds like, I was watching a YouTube video today that, you know, this weekend was the bankruptcy sale and that it got sold to somebody who's basically going to liquidate it and close all of the stores, Joann's stores in the US. So that, I was very sad to hear that because I've been a, you know, shop at Joann's fairly regularly. I've noticed the last few years they've had way better Black Friday sales than Michael's. All right, I'm going to cut that little bit off at the bottom. It's a little bit more than I need. So yeah, that made me very sad when I heard that news. It sounds like from what the person was reporting on the YouTube channel that I watched. Oh, let me grab, I've got this is a Tim Holtz Sizzix. I think it's vintage labels, but they're the die that you can ink and die cut, and it gives you the lines. And I used VersaFine Clair in Twilight to ink the die before I die cut it. And we're just going to stick that there, and we need to stamp our number on there. So let's get that ink back out and find a couple stamps to go on here. I've got a couple of Crafty by Tony stamps, and I'm going to try and find on here a stamp that says batch number. So we'll stamp that and then use the numbers to stamp our 14. Let me take out my PetSmart mouse pad. And in case you're wondering why I use this, having something squishy underneath you when you're stamping helps you get a better impression than if you're doing some stamping on some hard surface. So that is why I pull out my mouse pad, is it just helps with the stamping process. That's stamped really nicely. And then let's get 14. I think this time, because there's some stamp-y bit between where, you know, around the edges of the stamp, I'm going to stamp the numbers individually. See how that goes. So we're going to stamp the 1. And the 4. That worked quite well, I think. All right, let's glue these pieces down. Let's get our placement for that. That can go, I think I'm going to put it a little bit lower. Let's stick that about there. I'm just using the FabriTac because it works a little bit better when gluing with fabrics and cheesecloth and ribbons and things like that than art glitter glue. Although art glitter glue will work. And you should just use whatever glue you prefer for gluing stuff down. All right, I think I may trim this a little bit off because it's just not, it's not working for me. There we go. So that guy is done. Oh wait, nope. Gotta put my signature on it, or in this instance, I'm just gonna put my initials on the back. So there we go, and bring over the other ones, but I don't know, my desk ate them. All right, I found them. So So here are the 4 we created from the single gel print that I did. Yep, that one's upside down. Okay. 11, 12, 13, and 14. So there we go. That's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, please do all the things that lets YouTube know you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment down below. Thanks for joining me, and happy crafting.